Let me take you to a place where silence feels louder than sound, where the desert wind carries secret whispered for more than 70 years, and where a single night in 1947 changed the world forever. Roswell, a small, quiet town in New Mexico that suddenly became the center of the biggest mystery in modern history. A crash, a cover up, a story that keeps returning again and again, refusing to die. Some say it was just a balloon, some say it was a secret military experiment, others swear it was something not from Earth. Tonight we are traveling through time from dusty ranch fields of 1947 to military archives, to witness testimonies, to modern UAP investigations, to understand what truly happened in Roswell. If you think you know the story, wait until you hear the details that were buried, forgotten, or quietly removed. This is the Roswell UFO incident from history to today, and trust me, the truth is stranger than you imagine. The year is 1947, just 2 years after World War II. The Cold War is beginning. The United States is testing its most secret weapons. The Soviet Union is trying to decode every American move. In the middle of all this tension lies Roswell Army Airfield, home to the only atomic bomber squadron in the world. This was not just any base, it was the crown jewel of the American military power, a place where classified projects and experiments were not unusual. The skies around New Mexico were buzzing, rockets, test flights, secret missions. If something unusual was flying, only a few people would ever know. The perfect setting for a mystery. Early July 1947, a storm rolled over the desert, lightning cracked across the sky, and somewhere between those flashes, something came down fast. People living miles away later said they heard a strange boom. Some said the ground trembled, some said they saw a sudden bright flash fall behind the hills, but no one knew what it was. Not until a rancher named Mac Brazel rode out to check his sheep the following morning. What he found did not belong in any field. The debris nobody could explain, spread across a long stretch of land were pieces of strange material, thin metal that could not be burned, foil-like sheets that instantly returned to shape, sticks that would not snap, unusual symbols printed on some surfaces, and debris that looked nothing like any aircraft of the time. Mac Brazel was not a scientist. He was not someone who jumped to wild conclusions. He was a simple rancher, and even he knew this was not normal. He loaded some pieces and went into town. At the sheriff's office, he showed the material. The sheriff, confused and alarmed, contacted the Roswell Army Airfield. This moment was the spark that lit the fire of the Roswell story. The military arrived fast and too fast. Within hours, military vehicles rolled onto the ranch. Soldiers guarded the area. The debris was quickly collected, boxed, and hauled away. And then the most shocking thing happened. On July 8, 1947, the military issued a press release that said, "The Army Air Forces has captured a flying saucer. Not a balloon, not a test device, not a mistake, a flying saucer." Newspapers across the country printed the headline, radio stations broadcasted it. People panicked, cheered, and wondered, could this be proof of extraterrestrial life? But the world barely had time to react, because 24 hours later everything changed. The sudden switch. The military held another press conference. This time they said, sorry, it was not a flying saucer, it was just a weather balloon. They even displayed the balloon debris to the press. The tone was calm, almost too calm. But witnesses said, that's not the debris we saw. That's not what was on the ranch. That is a staged display. Even Mac Brazel noticed something strange. He later told reporters that the debris shown to the public did not match what he had found. So why would the military change their story overnight? Why announce a flying saucer at all? A mistake like that from a highly classified, highly trained Air Force base, unlikely, something was off. After Marshall's interview, more witnesses came forward. Some said they saw small bodies being transported. Some described childlike figures with large heads. Some said the military used special crates and sealed trucks. Whether these claims are true or not, they created one of the greatest theories in UFO history. Theory 1. A real extraterrestrial craft crashed. People believe a UFO malfunctioned, alien bodies were recovered, the military covered it up to avoid chaos. This is the most famous theory. Theory 2. A secret US military experiment. Some researchers say Roswell was a secret project, a prototype aircraft, nuclear monitoring equipment, technology the public wasn't ready to know about. This theory fits the era the Cold War was starting. Theory 3. Project Mughal. The Air Force later claimed the debris came from Project Mughal, a high-altitude balloon designed to detect Soviet nuclear tests. This explanation came 47 years later, but here is the problem. No Mughal balloon used metal that returned to shape, no Mughal balloon used materials witnesses described, and Mughal balloons were not classified enough to require confiscated debris door to door, and even today many experts say the explanation doesn't fully match. After decades of pressure from the public, the US Air Force reopened the case. Two major reports were released. 1994 report claimed the debris was from Project Mughal. There was no UFO. 1997 report claimed alien bodies were actually crash test dummies. People confused events from the 1950s with events from 1947. But these explanations created new problems. The crash test dummies were not used until 9 years after 1947. Witnesses described materials no balloon could have. The story changes did not match many eyewitness timelines. It felt like every answer created three new questions. Roswell transformed from a quiet ranch town into a UFO capital of the world, home of the International UFO Museum, host of the annual UFO Festival, a major tourist destination. Streetlights are shaped like alien heads, shops sell alien themed everything, visitors came from every corner of the world. But beyond the fun and tourism, the deeper mystery still hangs in the air. Because Roswell is not just a story, it's a question that no one can answer. In the last few years, things took a surprising turn. The US government began releasing Navy pilot videos, unidentified aerial object reports, congressional hearings, Pentagon investigations. These objects, now called UAPs, move in ways no aircraft can. Suddenly, the idea of unknown craft is no longer science fiction, and that leads to a bigger question. If governments are now admitting they don't understand some objects in the sky, what really crashed in Roswell 7 decades ago? Was Roswell the first sign long before anyone was ready to talk? Let's look at the major inconsistencies. Why announce a flying saucer at all? A top military base doesn't make mistakes like that. Why switch the story so fast? Something forced a rapid rewrite? Why confiscate debris? Weather balloons don't require any secrecy or threats. Why did multiple witnesses describe strange material? People from different backgrounds who did not know each other described the same thing. Why the long delay before giving any explanation? 47 years passed before the military offered Project Mughal as the story. Why modern investigations don't fully deny extraterrestrial possibilities? Even Pentagon officials say they cannot explain everything they see. Roswell feels like a puzzle with several missing pieces someone may have deliberately removed. Every decade, new information appears: declassified documents, new witness accounts, deathbed confessions, newly analyzed photographs, fresh investigations. The pattern is always the same. Just when you think the story is done, it comes alive again. And maybe that's why Roswell is so powerful, not because of what happened, but because of what we still don't know. So, what really fell from the sky in 1947? Was it a balloon, a secret Cold War experiment, a military test, or something beyond human technology? Roswell is a reminder that the world is full of mysteries, hidden places, hidden stories, hidden truths. Maybe someday we will know the full story. Maybe someone, somewhere, keeps the real evidence locked away. Or maybe the truth is waiting in the sky, yet to reveal itself. Until that day, the Roswell incident remains the perfect blend of history, secrecy, and possibility. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the unknown. Stay curious, stay open, and keep your eyes on the sky. Because Roswell might have been the first great UFO mystery, but it may not be the last. Enjoyed the video? Tap like, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more stories like this. Thank you very much for watching this video.